We've been tagged in a post on the local Facebook group for the beach cleanup group, and there's apparently 100 feet of pipe was washed up, which is a colossal amount of plastic, and most people can't handle it just because of the sheer size of it. Because we got the van and also because we got the Croft and can use the stuff, people usually give us a shout because they know we actively go after the stuff. So what's a chore for someone else becomes an asset for us. So we've come down. It's very slippery at the Croft. I'm not even sure we're going to make it back up the hill tonight, but there's a major onshore wind coming in tonight with quite a high tide, so we don't want to lose this pipe because we don't want it into the ocean, but also we want to make use of it. Not sure how much film we're going to be able to do actually on the beach. There's showers coming through, so we'll take the camera, but we'll see. I can see a few other bits and pieces knocking around, but the pipe's our main objective today. We've got the saw, we've got the van, so we'll see how we get on. So we've not come far, and we've walked straight up to the pipe. I mean, the car park is literally just up the cliff there. This is huge. I mean, let's just walk the length of it. I mean, this thing is massive. So I don't know how long this has been bouncing around the ocean shore, but they used a lot this type of pipe in the fisheries industry, and of course in high winds and things, these things break away and no one salvages them, so they just end up washing up on the beaches. And much as I really like making use of them, it's just a colossal amount of plastic that shouldn't be in the sea. So see, we're still going. Lots of other stuff washed up as well. We'll get as much of that as we can while we're here, sort of pay it forward a bit, seeing as we're making, we're actually getting assets from it. But I mean, seriously, that is huge. You can see how far away Nile is, right at the far end there next to the orange camera case. This thing's a beast. This might even be the longest section that we've ever salvaged. Right, let's get this cut down. So we've got it all up to the van. You can see just how much plastic there is. There's a huge amount. We estimate that's about 70 meters of pipe. That's a lot of plastic out of the ocean. We reckon?
I was thinking 30, so it's more. It's more then.
So it's the day after that last section was filmed. We did make it up to the Croft. It was not the best drive home, but we got it all home intact. It's a much nicer day today, so that's why we're filming. We have got 10 of these pipes. Each one is 7 meters long, giving us a total of 70 meters of pipe. It weighs in at 2 kilo a meter, giving us a total of 140 kilos of plastics out of the ocean. That's 308 pounds in a single load to the beach. This is the biggest load of single plastic pipe we've done in one load. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get plenty others. We've got 5-6 times this amount in total, many times more than that actually. In terms of use, the more damaged sections that have been rocking around the most, they're very easy to splice together just by using sections of pipe to manufacture collars. I'll probably do a video on it at some point. Plastic pipe is an amazing resource just for moving water from place to place. I mean, it used to be, some of the biggest civil engineering works for centuries were just moving water from place to place. Plastic pipe makes it all easy. So we can make collars and we can move a place anywhere that we've got any sort of flow, any sort of height differential between one end of pipe and the other. We can move water in that direction freely. If you add in a few airlift pumps, then you can daisy chain these things together and you can have ponds cascading. You can really move water anywhere that you want on the site. It's an amazing resource. The really good pipes, some of them are particularly clean looking, with no dings at all on them to speak of. We can use them, we can flex them into bow shapes, attached either end, and we can build large polytunnel or high tunnel type structures. This is essentially the same sort of pipe the Polycrub uses, and really nice high-end greenhouses, way out of our budget. I haven't got Polycrub kind of pockets, but this is the pipe that they use with reinforcing and polycarbonate, nice high-end materials, but this is what they use for a frame. It's incredibly strong, and those greenhouses are good up to about 120 miles an hour. I think they've been tested too. So as a resource, it's phenomenal. It'll be put into the pile with all the rest, and we'll select out the good and the worst depending on which job we're doing at the time. But I'm hoping to get onto that this month and start putting in some pretty major infrastructure systems across the back of the Croft, including this car park needs a pipe. All the water currently, when the snow melts or when it rains, goes away. I want to hold on to that and channel it into the ponds, and the pond is quite a way that way to the duck pond. So this is the pipe that's going to do it. But yeah, whole complicated system, because yeah, with the water systems, beautiful. You can't have too many of them. We also got a blue bucket that actually has a damaged bottom. That's no big deal. It's off the beach. If it went in a landfill at this point, it'd still be better than it staying in the sea. But I'm pretty sure we'll be able to make use of it. We'll, cut the bottom out of it and put it on the ground, and there's all sorts of stuff you can do with it. Integrated worm farming and stuff straight into beds and all sorts of things. It's a big piece of industrial plastic. It's pretty much always useful. But yeah, that was a very successful trip. There's a lot of plastic out the ocean, saves us a bundle of cash, and of course, instead of this stuff just going straight into landfill like most ocean plastics happens, this stuff is not only going to get put to use, it's going to get put to use in a regenerative living system. I can't think of a better use for the stuff really, rather than just dumping it in the sea.